So what would you do if you got in a fight with one of your workmates? And It was like, yo, you ready to suck these off?
What the fuck?
Duck noise, please.
I mean, have you seen those pranks from ages ago?
It wasn't the word you thought it was, all right? Let's leave it there.
Oh, bro, that's racist.
No.
He didn't say that. He didn't say that.
Come on.
He didn't say that way. He said the
I
other
didn't say
way.
anything about the Chinese.
Yeah. Far out, man. Dude, you know what? Okay.
Welcome back to Milk Bucket, you fucking cunts.
Well, welcome back, boys. Episode 72. Believe it or not, we didn't lazy out and miss out on last week, all right? All right, dickheads, I know you're thinking it. But what actually happened was that we recorded a fucking banging episode. It was so good.
We interviewed a police officer. He told us about how he executed cunts on the street, like all this wild shit. And then somehow, I'm not going to point fingers at the New South Wales Police Force, but somehow the audio got corrupted.
The audio was corrupted. It wasn't even corrupted. It was just not high enough quality for
It was just shit.
It was scary with him, bro, because he came in his fucking uniform and shit. We'd never met the guy prior. We just messaged this random dude.
Bro, he showed us his gun.
No, he didn't.
And I don't mean his cock.
No, he didn't show us his gun.
Oh.
We didn't hold his gun.
No. We didn't both get on our knees and hold his gun. Wait. You're using gun as a euphemism, yeah?
Oh, no.
Are we on different pages right now? I'm confused.
Episode 73.
If you can hear this, that's the sound of a G&T sloshing about.
Cheers, bro.
Cheers.
He talked about some pretty fucking cool shit, man.
He did.
It's an interesting job that they have.
Yeah, for sure.
It made me
Beating
think,
up ethnics.
Yeah, but it made me think about, he's obviously got an interesting job as a cop. I wouldn't say it's the most exciting, but it has ups and downs, you know?
Yeah,
But
sure.
I'm sure like every single job, a cop's, like the majority of their work is just paperwork, walking around, admin, this type of stuff. But then occasionally it's exciting, occasionally it's the worst ever.
It's like the fucking classic Suits example where Harvey Specter's job is actually 90% like sitting in board meetings, hearing about the new HR incentives to like encourage people to donate to fat people or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
And then like 1% of the time he's like closing deals, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I think in real life, the deal closing process is a lot more boring than in Suits. I think it's submit a tender and wait 3 months. See what happens.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it made me think, bro. Okay, so like being a cop is kind of like a soccer game, right? At times it's fun. You know, if they get a goal, but there's like maybe 3 goals in the whole
boredom
game.
with maximum satisfaction.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like how long is the soccer
any
game?
chance, like most days are going to be boring, but at any chance someone could kick a goal, you know?
Yeah. I mean, how long is the soccer game? Do you know? Is it 2 hours?
90 minutes.
Okay, an hour and a half. Plus a lunch break, is there?
Yeah, they've got a fucking recess.
Yeah, but it's like maybe
it's like the bell at school.
this is like a 30-minute lunch break.
And everyone starts running, fucking sprinting to the monkey bars. Why do you think they train so much? It's just so you can get to the monkey bars first before the other team. They play around a bit. Miss Kelly tells them to put on their hat. No hat, no play.
Oh, fuck.
And then afterwards, they got to go back to the game.
Miss Kelly. Bro, I hated Miss Kelly. She's a fat fuck.
She was actually
hate her.
such a cunt.
I wanted to punch her in the face every day.
Bro, she was such a bitch, bro.
Yeah, she was such a
I fucking
bitch.
hate that slut.
Anyway, back to the topic, soccer. So being a police officer is a lot like playing soccer, right? It's mostly boring, but a little bit of fun. And made me think, what do you reckon is the most boring sport to ever exist?
I mean, without being a dick to you, it probably is chess. Like,
What colour is your Bugatti?
how much money your dad start with? For people who don't know, Andrew Tate's dad apparently has it's a big range, but apparently between 1.5 million to 60 million dollars he was meant to have had before he died. Died 2015, around about the time when Andrew Tate started popping up around places. You know what I mean?
I mean, there you go.
Who knows?
Yeah, bro. I don't think chess is the most boring sport. I think badminton is.
Nah, but if you were playing badminton, that shit's intense. Now, as a guy who played tennis, a real racket sport, badminton's gay as fuck. But like, on the level of chess, if someone says like knight to e4, no one's being like, oh shit.
I would disagree, bro.
That bitch with the big eyes, she fucking moved. Oh, bro, she's going to stalemate you.
The thing is with chess, it's really intense when you're sitting around watching it. Like if there's two people and they're playing speed chess and they're moving quick, it's real intense. Like you don't want to miss it because if you have 2 minutes each to play a full game, like that's really like you don't have much time to think.
But here's the issue. Aside from when pieces are actually taken away so you visually see who's winning, it literally just looks like people are moving the fucking chess pieces around the board. It literally looks like they're just pulling their rook forward and then back, and then forward and then back. And shit, they chucked a horse in. It's almost like a Dance Dance Revolution game. It's like left, right, left.
Wait, the other thing with chess, you got to remember this, man. It's like pool. It's not about who's sunk in the most balls. It's about the positions.
Who's sucking the most balls? That is a chess thing to do, isn't it?
It's not about who's gotten the most amount of pieces or who's gotten the most amount of balls in the holes. Pause. All right. It's not about who's what it sees at the moment.
Take 3.
It's about the position of the leftover pieces or where the balls are. Like if you've gotten them 4 balls, but then the other 3 in pool are all on the edge. Like, yeah, okay, fucking good luck. It's not going to happen. But then if they're in great positions and you got 5 left, you can get that all done in one fucking go.
Right. Versus furiously bashing something called a shuttlecock. Do you know what I mean? One sounds more vigorous than the other.
Oh, you reckon the shuttlecock is better?
Right. It sounds crazy.
To be fair, you do like some cock.
That's true.
It does. I mean, it kind of just answers itself, you know?
I know. It is what it is, you know what I mean? Some of us like lady boys. Some of us just like boys.
And some of us like to have boys printed on the back of our phones. How can I do that?
Pause. Pause, Michael Jackson. Wait, we're not putting young boys on the back of phones.
But if I wanted to do that, how would I do it?
Well, I mean, there is a site I know about.
What
you do is you go into the Onion browser, it uses Course Anonymous system, and it brings you to puppy.co.
Oh, shit.
I know what you're thinking. What is on this puppy.co website?
Yeah, what's on it?
Well, just like many other places on the dark web, you can buy slaves, you can buy crack cocaine.
No way.
And you can also buy phone cases.
What the fuck?
Sometimes you can have pictures of the crack cocaine and slaves put on the back of the phone case.
That's true.
And just like slavery, Puppy, this also has full flex.
Yeah, but
the flexibility to work whenever you need it to.
That's true, but unlike slavery, you do need to pay. Thankfully, you got
you got to pay up front.
But that way you get 20% off. Not on the crack cocaine, only on the phone cases because they actually don't sell phone.
We're working with Pablo to try and get that discount for the fucking sweet white powder.
Anyway, guys, if you're looking for phone cases, no illegal drugs, unfortunately.
But
full
flex, biodegradable.
If you're looking for a nice phone case, you can get whatever you want on it, and just just message the Instagram account, and they'll sort you out. Anyway, 20% off using the code MILKBUCKET. Go to puppy.co if you're interested.
/onion browser. Yeah, the fucking episode, cunt.
Yeah, dude. Oh yeah, I had this crazy realization, man. So think about it this way: everyone's always in every single. Okay, give me a social issue right now.
Did George Bush destabilize the Middle East because he liked Arabic women and he knew there'd be mass migration if he did so?
This is a silly fucking.
What side are you on?
Well, the common debate. The common debate on which side? Okay, let's. That's a perfect example. Let's say, okay, did George Bush fucking cause 9/11? That's a serious
to increase
one, right?
Muslim women immigration.
Yeah. Either that one or another one. I mean, while we're at the Middle East, we may as well say Palestine, Israel, right? Anything like that.
Who got there first?
Yeah, but this is what I'm trying to say.
Classic game of finders keepers, losers weepers.
I know. Anyway.
Here's the thing with finders keepers. If someone finds something and then you find it and you say finders keepers, losers weepers, and then they find it again with the help of their big friend America, does it just keep perpetually going? Like, who's the fucking keeper at this point?
I don't know, bro. I mean, this is what I'm trying to say. In this debate, everyone is so pro one side. Everyone will be like, oh, I'm Palestinian. Oh, I'm Israeli. This is my side. But you know what I came to the realization of? That's not productive. That's not helping nothing.
You're right. All they ever say is, what side are you? They never say, why side?
No.
They never say.
Fuck me. This is the realization. If you say that I'm Palestinian, I'm Israeli, it doesn't really make a fucking difference, right? So, for example, I was in an Arabic restaurant the other day eating Middle Eastern food, right?
Yeah.
And because it was in the eastern suburbs, which is a very big Jewish suburb, they technically called it Israeli food. But
no way.
Yeah, they called it Israeli food, right? At the end of the day, it's all the same food. It's Middle Eastern. It's the exact same food. It's hummus, falafel, shawarma, all that. It's the exact same food. They just labeled it Israeli.
Here's the thing, Baz. You labeled it Arabic, which means I don't believe that you're just like, oh yeah, who cares? It's the same.
No, this is the realization that I've had, bro. At the end of the day, it's the same fucking thing. We're brothers. It goes back thousands and thousands of years. And the problem only happened about 100 years ago.
What Jewish girl are you dating?
I'm not dating a Jewish girl.
What's going on?
I'm not dating a Jewish girl. All I'm saying is that the more that you make it seem like there's a divide, the harder it is to fix the divide. If you get to a stage where you're friends anyway, so you may as well just fucking end the conflict, end the cap, then it's going to be a lot easier to do it.
Here's the thing, Baz. When there's division in our most hated subject, maths, what's the only way to cancel it out?
Sales. Check out the Patreon sneak peek, by the way. If you haven't seen that.
If you want more retarded shit like that, fucking sub to it, bro. It's $5 a month. It's fantastic.
Honestly, check out that 15-minute Patreon clip. It's fucking hilarious.
It's so funny. But here's the thing. The only way to cancel out division is to multiply.
Oh.
So what do you got to do?
The
Jews and the Arabs got to start fucking, bro.
You mean we got to crossbreed?
Yeah.
Ah, I see.
See how big that nose can get?
That didn't work.
Jew and the Arab side.
I got to say that didn't work for the indigenous when that happened here. So I don't want to be stuck in that route.
Look, not admitting anything, but I don't think there was a whole lot of consent going on back then.
Oh, I mean, there was still some. Like, it's not entirely rape. Like, there's a lot of rape, but there's not the entire fucking every single white man in Australia.
It's called the stolen generation, not the sometimes stolen, sometimes one fair and square generation, you know? Like, I don't know, bro.
Could you imagine coming to a country, right?
Yeah.
And everyone, they've got fucking shit tons of gold, shit tons of all this, and they've mined it all already. And then you're going there giving them bread, and they're trading it for gold. Would it be easy for you to not take advantage of them?
No.
It'd be fucking hard,
I would take advantage of them. I would take advantage of them now. Even with all of our ethics classes and all that kind of stuff. If some fucking guy said like, oh, nice blanket. And I'm like, oh, yeah, cheers, bro. It's really warm. I got it from fucking Kathmandu. And they're like, oh, yeah, I'll trade you some of this fucking diamonds.
Yeah.
Instant. Fuck this guy. Buyers beware.
You know what's something that's kind of sad that happened? Sad, but also a little bit funny. So
don't make another Holocaust joke.
No. It's really sad, but it's a little bit funny. So when the first fleet first came to Australia in like the 1700s, 1800s, that's like the first white colonists to come here. Actually, a Dutch person discovered Australia before Captain Cook.
Yeah,
and then like Captain Cook
Hargraves. There was like three people before.
Yeah. But anyway, so when the first migration of people, which was the first fleet, came to Australia, they took over and they did it very violently. Go forward at a couple of decades, and then some diseases come into Australia that they've never had before. So the indigenous people, the natives, they're getting all these sicknesses that they've never had before. So they don't know how to fix them. It's like swine flu and weird diseases that never existed before.
Yeah,
and guess what the white people did?
What?
Bro, they put penicillin or whatever medicine they had at the time in bread, and then they would give them bread and they'd get bread for gold.
And this is the thing, you know for a fact, at one point, the factory worker, like the miller, he was just like, let's not put penicillin.
Bro.
We ran out. Let's just sell them the bread anyway. They don't know it's penicillin that's causing it. We're just selling them bread at this point.
Can you believe, man? They put the medicine in bread, gave them bread and said that this is magical bread. It will solve you from all your problems. And it did.
I want to know something because I'm not sure you got your continent right.
Yeah.
Are you not sure this is Native Americans?
Could be America.
I think it might be Americans.
Could be America.
I know that, like, in fact, because smallpox was the big one that killed all the people, right?
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of it was carried on, like, blankets and shit. And the white people just proceeded to give them blankets covered in smallpox to, like, murder the population.
No way.
Yeah. But the only reason why I say it was I don't know that Aborigines have, like, a massive gold culture like Native Americans, or not Native Americans, but, like, Mexicans and all them do.
Oh, are they big on gold there?
I think they just had a lot of gold shit.
Oh, fuck yeah.
It's like fucking Egyptians, how they just had mad gold everywhere.
Yeah, bro, they fucking love that shit, eh?
Imagine like such a flex, you've literally just got gold on the side of your house.
Yeah, man.
Like some dickhead could just come and fucking scrape a bit off.
Well, the other thing with the you know the pyramids, they've got gold flakes around them, which is why the top of it is preserved in the biggest one.
Some say Salt Bay actually goes there and grinds off his gold flake for his steak there.
Yeah, bro, for sure. And apparently there's real evidence of electronics being used in ancient Egypt.
Ancient Egypt?
No, ancient.
I mean, it makes sense.
No, it's African Egypt. Anyway, but there's real electronics that are there. Like they had batteries and stuff, and they had.
What do you mean they had batteries?
They had batteries that were made from acid and whatever the other.
How were you when
metal? Acid and metal, and they turned that into light bulbs, and that's how they had light inside the pyramids when they made them. Like they saw like sketchings of these light contraptions. It's the same exact way that you make normal light now. Like they had acid with a metal inside it, like a battery does, and they would put it towards a light bulb.
Hi, how are you when you watch this video. I don't think they're fucking light bulbs, bro.
Did you intentionally say, hi, how are you?
Yes. Oh. I don't think Edison got his idea from reading hieroglyphics. It's like, yo, they're onto something.
Yeah, but that being said, like two people can invent something at completely different times. And
one takes off and one never is heard of again.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it comes down to like marketing. And Edison wasn't a science genius; he was a marketing genius. Like he was able to sell the products. He wasn't inventing them. Once again, alluded to the fact that we don't need to have these math courses in school.
We just need to have sales.
Remove math, remove art, remove history even, because what's in the past is in the past. And then just focus on
sales,
what's happening right now and who you can sell that to.
Mate, I want to talk about pyramids of sorts. Not really pyramid. I'm going to give you a list of presents that a boyfriend would give his girlfriend or husband, wife. Yeah. And I want you to tell me the crime that's at the level of that present.
Yeah, right.
So like, what has the boyfriend done wrong to have to give his girl this?
Sounds good.
Right? Okay. Let's start off easy. Flowers.
Oh, they fucked up. Well, how do they fuck up? So that's the category of the issue. They
exactly.
fucked up, got her flowers.
Like if you fuck if you fuck your girl's mom, you're probably not just giving her flowers.
I would say probably said something to insult her and she got sad, or yeah.
Okay, yeah, I think I'd agree with that. We're going up a bit.
Yep.
Cartier tennis bracelet.
Cartier tennis bracelet.
So we're looking at 1-2 grand.
Okay, I wouldn't
minimum.
say that's a fuck up. I would say that's like you're taking your relationship to the next level.
No.
Birthday.
This is in response to something.
Oh, bro, you don't get someone a fucking jewelry.
I know, but look.
Yeah, don't do that.
It's ironic that you're saying this as an Arabic dude, because I feel like that's the resolution to all the problems.
Yeah, bro, and a big part of the market share. Oh my God, yeah. Arabs and Asians.
But what do we think?
I would probably say to say sorry. Okay, you had a big, like you lost your temper when their parents were around, or like you lost their temper in front of their friends or something like that.
Okay, last one. Again, a bit of a jump up. Not that much. The Taj Mahal. Like, for people who don't know,
That's a coffin,
the
right?
king of India or whatever built it for his dead wife.
Yeah.
What did he do wrong? Because it must be something.
Yeah, I mean,
you don't go from being like a lovely, dutiful husband to suddenly building like a building that takes 50 years to construct. You're probably going to die before it completes.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
He probably fucked her mom.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, bro. 100%. They had like mad fucking, what are they called when you have...
Orgies?
No, yeah, orgies. But who are the people you have them with?
Sluts.
Yes. But what are the sluts officially called? It's like you have your haram of something. Haram of
women.
Yes, they are women.
Hoes.
Yeah, okay. Hoes.
Bitches.
Yeah. Essentially.
Bitches and hoes in my haram. There it goes.
There it goes.
Built the Taj Mahal because I fucked them and sucked their toes.
Oh. Speaking of presents, bro. Speaking of presents, I had this weird conversation with one of my friends. He's a bit older. He's like 37. From work. No, you've met him. Anyway, he's big into gift giving, which is very much I live in a family of gift givers, but not to his level. Like he's 1 month in with his girlfriend and he's already bought her built
her the Taj Mahal.
Yeah, pretty much, bro. He's bought her a Gucci fucking wallet. He bought her a Yes Saint Laurent, like YSL fucking something else from there, like $400, $500.
Saint Laurent.
Yeah. And he's like buying all these brand names. And he's telling me that every time he buys her something nice, she buys him something nice. So he's like, I don't actually feel like I'm missing out on anything because it's like I get what I give.
Sure.
But I'm like, bro, okay. Firstly, I feel like that's setting a bad precedent for the relationship. You're 1 month in.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
What are your thoughts on buying gifts in relationships and that sort?
The thing is, I've definitely done it. I go all out for birthdays. I think Christmas
isn't a birthday.
Yeah.
There's no celebration here.
I like little gifts because they're good for the relationship. Like if you buy a girl, reality is if you buy a girl a really nice present on her birthday versus you buy her like something small, just randomly, you're going to end up getting more appreciation from the small thing than the really nice present because it's just not expected. There's no expectation that you've met. Like
some girls, it's definitely not all girls. It's like some girls aren't into monetary things. So thought is actually what counts more. But not everyone's the same.
I'm not even saying dollars. I'm saying like if you give her a present that's even thoughtful, you make her a scrapbook or whatever, like when you give it on her birthday, she's expecting something on her birthday. And so she'll appreciate it. I'm not saying she'll be like negative or whatever, but if you give her out of nowhere, most of the time girls get like blindsided by that shit because they're not expecting anything and it like you know, it's smart. But when you're buying Gucci bags and shit, that's fucking crazy, bro.
But you have to remember, there's another type of girl. There's a lot of girls that I know, like even one that's one of my sisters, where it's just like, if you buy them a present and it's not $400, $500, like they're kind of like, they feel like they're cheap. It's like, why did you get me something so cheap? They don't, like, the thought doesn't count in that aspect. It's like they would rather no gift than a cheap gift.
No. But I'm saying in that case, still, I reckon if you bought her a Gucci bag on her birthday versus just randomly, she'll appreciate it more randomly.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because
my whole point was him buying a present 1 month in. I don't think buying presents randomly is a bad thing. But like when you set this precedent of like, I'm only buying you nice shit. And also one day she's not going to buy him a nice present. She's just going to be like, oh yeah, he treats me so nice. And she's just going to forget to give him something. And he's going to be like, I bought her a fucking Gucci wallet and shouldn't even find me anything back.
Yeah. It's going to cause like pent-up frustration, eh?
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it just sets a bad precedent. And you see, I feel like a lot of the people that watch this, like if you're younger, I feel like a lot of young kids get into this mistake where they'll buy like a $400 necklace, something like that, to a girl that they've dated 2 months in. And I feel like that just sets up the worst, system for a relationship, because you've ruined the reward system, which is like, okay, you make me feel good, I make you feel good, but now you've done it through monetary items.
It was so
you
funny.
Have to keep up with that.
We have a mutual friend called Chrissy. Chrissy from primary school.
Oh yeah.
And he had a friend who I knew growing up who went, because we all moved to different high schools, and I met his friend
Chrissy
from high
T?
school. Yeah.
Yep.
And this dude wasn't a good looking guy, but he was tall, maybe like 6'2" or something at like 15. So he grew pretty quick.
At 15?
Yeah.
Jeez.
And he ended up having this girlfriend at, I'm going to say 17 maybe, who wasn't good looking, but had massive tits and like was definitely above his range. So he was very stoked with it. He was punching for sure. And he was rich as fuck because they went to private school. So like, and his dad was breaded.
Yep.
So he was just 1 month in buying her like tennis bracelet kind of things and just constantly bought her stuff. And she would try to repay him. She wasn't as rich as him. She would try to repay him through semi-sexual shit. But at the same time, she's still a shy 17-year-old girl. So at one point, she sat on his lap, tits, shirt, everything out.
Yeah.
Right? Just sat on his lap, tits out, and he just lies, does nothing.
Fuck me.
And so she's trying to show appreciation and be like, hey, look at these tits. Do you want to have fun?
Yeah.
And he's just like, oh, they look nice.
Oh, God. Are you just too nervous to do anything?
Yeah.
Bro, that's such a classic 17-year-old thing.
How funny those memories when you're like, oh, bro, if I was in my 17-year-old body, everything would be different.
Yeah, dude. Like, everything would be different.
The amount of dodgy I'd turn into Andrew Tate real quick.
But you wouldn't be who you are now if you weren't that cringe person when you were 17. Like, you'd be doing that cringe shit now.
Yeah.
And you know, when you see people that are our age, like 24, still doing cringe shit.
Yeah.
Like, bro, weren't you fucking 17 at one stage?
Yeah.
Nah, they were doing that Chrissy T's mates thing. They were being extra cringe. And then now they're still doing the fucking 17-year-old shit, you know?
It's pretty crazy. I feel like a big power in like being able to talk to girls and be like confident is you need to start having girls who are friends before you can have like girlfriends and stuff.
Disagree, bro. I'm not about that. Girls that are friends.
You've said this and then you've unsaid it and you've said it. And
I know. I say it and then I unsay it. I just feel
most
like
people would disagree with
you're living in a lie.
Why?
Because one of you likes each other.
Likes is a strong word.
Yeah, I know. You
can want to have sex with someone, but not.
Yeah, I know, but still, like I don't like the fact that one of you is in a friend zone. Like it's a fake friendship, right?
But it's not. But again, it's like someone could be perfectly willing to fuck someone else. Like let's say you became friends with Ariana Grande tomorrow, right?
Yep.
Or Nicki Minaj for your sake. Yep. Actually, no. Let's go Ariana Grande. So it's an easier scenario.
Yep.
Because who the fuck would want to have sex with Nicki Minaj?
Obviously.
Anyway,
most people.
So if you're friends with her and you become legit friends and you're both in relationships at the time, you're both so happy and stuff like that, and you're like, yeah, I'd fuck her. She's a good looking girl or whatever. Yep. But you're in the friendship scenario, like. It's not like she's friend zoned you and you haven't because you've got this girl that you're with and you're not trying to fuck her because you don't want to fuck things up at home. And maybe if you broke up, you would fucking get it on with her. But it's not like that's burning in your mind the entire time. I feel like most guys every guy who speaks to a moderately attractive girl is thinking like, I wonder what she'd be like.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
For sure, yeah.
It's just a dirty dog mentality.
Yeah, like I wonder how she looks naked.
Yeah, exactly.
Something like that.
But like, that doesn't mean you can't have conversation. I feel like it's part of growing up to be able to have conversations with.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And like,
I can agree with that.
And I feel like when you get comfortable with girls and you don't feel shy or awkward around them and stuff, and you can make them joke and shit, it actually makes you way better at talking to girls you're interested in because one, if you've got friends who are girls, Ironically, it potentially becomes an issue when you're in a relationship with one of them.
It becomes
but
an issue
before that, I think it shows like, oh, he's not a freak.
For sure. And the girl can like help you out as well.
Exactly.
There's so many reasons to be friends with a girl, but I feel like it all goes fucking tits up as soon as you have a girlfriend.
Yeah, but I think it's all about, Patrice O'Neill always says train your girl, which is a horribly misogynistic thing to say. But his point is valid, just said in a horrible way. It's that you can't just walk in and let her set the ground rules of like, that girl wants to have sex with that, then this needs to happen. You need to say like, the second she gets jealous, you're like, yo, cut that shit out.
Yeah, yeah.
Because if you immediately put that as an issue, you'll either break up after 2 weeks, which is better for both parties, because if you're not meant to be, you're not meant to be. And you just go along without being really hurt. And if you don't break up, then at least it knows like he fucking doesn't deal with it when I'm being like mad insecure about stupid shit like this.
I completely agree, bro. There's a situation that popped up in work with one of my female friends, actually, speaking of the devil. So if you're in say, get this, right? So imagine you're a girl, right? You've just been proposed to. So you have a fiance, right? A couple months later, you realize it's not for you. So you guys mutually decide to end it, right? Do you reckon the girl should give back the ring?
Ooh, I think it depends, because on one side, like if you break up, do you have to give back all the presents she's given you over the years?
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying just the ring.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like I would still view it as a present at that point. But I would say if it's like family heirloom kind of shit, that's so crazy.
And just in general, let's just generalize it. So you bought her a nice ring, $10,000, $15,000. Do you think that the girl should give it back?
If she gave it back, I'd be happy, but I would never ask for it back. Again, unless it was some family shit.
This is what I said at work, actually, because my mates were talking about it. I reckon the girl is not expected to give it back at all. If she chooses to give it, because the guy chooses to give it to her, right? So it's hers. Yeah. If she gives it back, then I feel like you might have missed out. But if the girl doesn't give it back, then you made the fucking right call. Like whatever, the fact that you guys split up, that's a good decision.
What's weird is I don't get girls who don't give it back, because it's not a piece of jewelry they can just wear. Like that's the weird thing. It's like the most coveted thing I feel like most girls want. And obviously not every girl's into fucking marriage and shit, but like the rock.
You can sell it.
That's what chicks, yeah, but diamond rings are not worth the same resale.
The resale is
die sale is fucking, diamonds are nothing.
Yeah, it's crazy because one of my mates from RuneScape, he proposed to his girlfriend, he bought the ring for 25K, right? He's got a lot of money.
Only 25K on RuneScape?
Bro, legitimately, it was only 25K.
The Archer's Cape?
No. So he spent 25K on this ring. The engagement went tits up. So she gave him back the ring. He went to go sell it, bro. The same jeweler he bought it for 25K for, guess what he gave it? What he offered for them?
I'm going to say high so you can shock me. I'm going to say 20K.
8K.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
And then he put it on Facebook Marketplace for 12K and couldn't sell it. So he took the 8.
That's the thing. I bet you that the gold was the only thing worth 8K.
Yeah, the diamond was worthless, pretty much. It was $5,000 or something, the diamond, and the bit of gold in there as well.
You know there's moissanite, which is like the fake diamond.
Yeah.
And it's meant to be stronger and shinier and sparklier and all this, like it's better characteristics.
It can't be harder, but it would be stronger. It could be stronger, I guess. Because diamond is the hardest.
Harder than stronger, like fall into the same category.
No, because diamond is the hardest thing on earth.
But what does hard mean?
Hard is in like the density. It's the density.
That would refer to strength, yeah?
Yeah, because diamond is the hardest thing on earth. Otherwise, they would make dental tools out of moissanite.
Okay, I'm confused because I've always heard people say it was like stronger. But
it can't be stronger, but it might have the same. It might have the same glow.
Yeah, and maybe it's like a similar level or something like that.
Do we have a contribution?
Okay. Oh. So we just heard from the audience that moissanite is almost as strong, but it's meant to be shiny, have more clarity, all this other kind of shit, and it costs like nothing. But the reason why is just because the De Beers didn't mine moissanite.
Yeah.
Like if we think about it.
Is moissanite natural? It's naturally occurring. I thought it was always lab made.
Maybe it is. Who knows? I'm not sure about that. But like my point is that the reason, for people who don't know, the reason why diamonds are expensive when you first buy them.
It's a great story.
It's not because they're a rare jewel. There's actually an abundance of, maybe not abundance, but there's a lot of them. And it's because the one company that essentially started diamond mining, the De Beers company, they essentially own all the stores of diamonds. So they have huge, and they only release a small amount at a time, like a rare Jordan pack.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They release the fucking Air Jordan 1s.
Exactly.
And something worth $600.
Or anything like that.
Exactly.
Rolexes.
And they then had the fucking, people always think like, giving a girl a ring, that's like a traditional thing that's gone back the generations. It's not. It was literally started in the 1900s with an advertising campaign saying like diamonds are a girl's best friend. If you're a real man, you spend 3 months of your salary on a fucking diamond ring.
Yeah.
And then it's
all
just
marketing.
ingrained into our society.
Now that's it. It's set. But to be fair, diamonds are beautiful. They look incredible.
Yeah, for sure. And to be also fair, I don't think I'd ever buy a moissanite.
Yeah.
I feel like me as a man, I'd be like, nah, fuck all
I'm
that.
buying a diamond. I know that I've fallen into a trap. I know I've fallen into a trap and I'm trapped.
It's like getting into
a diamond.
It's like getting into the Uber, and as you do, you stare down at the chick's lap and you see that there's a bulge, but you're like, I'm already in.
I'm ready here.
Like, what do you want me to do?
I said, ladyboy, it's not.
I know it's a trap, but I'm here. I guess this is what's happening. And you know what's fucked? I don't want to buy a cheap diamond. I want to buy a diamond so big that a chick can't even fucking hail Hitler if she believed in that. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, it's a fact, bro. They legitimately. At the end of the day, I mean, you don't have to get a diamond engagement ring. I've seen some really nice, like emerald, ruby, sapphire rings.
Bro, it looks so povo.
What do you mean?
Because like they're all pretty stones, but they're not wedding stones. That's what you buy your girl when
you
you've
get
been.
a clear sapphire.
Yeah,
or a blue sapphire.
You could also buy cubic zirconia.
No, hell no.
It's the same thing.
No, because there's rare gems and then there's gems.
Bro, but they're not rare. Amethyst isn't rare.
Huh? Okay, amethyst isn't.
Well, like even sapphire ruby, you can buy $100 ruby fucking like ring from Prouds.
You can also buy a really nice like pink sapphire or pink ruby, and that's incredible. Like the shine on that is insane. It's diamond level.
Yeah, but my point is
actually got value.
But again, like diamonds don't have value because they have value. Diamonds have value because we give them value, right? And like those rings, you can buy all these gemstones. If you have $500, you can buy your girl something with these gemstones with that $500.
That's true.
It's just one of those things. And like I feel like you got to work up to diamonds because even though we know it's useless, it still has some clout to it.
And you know what? Even with diamonds, because I know for sure that I'm probably going to buy a diamond ring. All this is cash.
For sure.
But if I was to buy a diamond ring, it would probably be a Cartier one. Cartier or like any one of those nice brands, because those ones, you know, Cartier and like Tiffany's, like any of those big jewelry companies, their profit margins aren't huge. It's not like some Louis Vuitton shit where they're burning half of the fucking leftover stock and making fat margins. They're really not that high, their margins, bro. They're not making huge amounts of money. And the reason why is because their brand, even though the diamond, like you can get, say you buy a $20,000 ring of Cartier versus $20,000 ring, no name, but from a good jeweler, the ring is going to be significantly better from the jeweler, right? Because there's no brand associated to it, but it's just really good quality.
Yeah.
If you buy a $20,000 ring from Cartier, you can sell that ring later. That ring will be worth $20,000 forever.
Here's the thing. I'm never going to ask for a diamond ring back if I get divorced. And I don't want that bitch left with anything if I
agree, but
if we divorce,
you've
got nothing.
It's about the value, bro.
No, fuck all that.
I don't want to spend $20,000 on something that's worth $8,000.
Yeah, but if you stay together, then why are you selling it, bitch?
I just don't want to get fucked. That's the main thing.
But you're getting fucked if you give her something with value and then when you break up, she sells that and fucking got your 25 bags.
Sure. But
fuck that. I'd rather her be like, oh yeah, I looked through his bag. I saw the receipts. Guess what, girl? He spent 60 grand. I'm going to be rich. I only dated him for his money. And then she goes there. He's like, oh yeah, 4 grand. Like, what? He's like, yeah, it was cubic zirconia. Like, what? What do you mean?
You put it in like a Cartier box as well?
That should be a business plan. Yo, what if we created an online sales community? Not for goods, just for the packaging of goods. Ooh. So like you sell the Nike boxes. You sell fucking Cartier boxes. And that way people can trick other people and scam them all around.
They can. No, they can. Apparently a lot of the thieves in like David Jones and Maya, so they're like our department stores. Yeah. If you're in America, it'd be like Macy's, something like that. So you would buy a couple $100 worth of goods, right? But so for example, everyone's got a Maya bag. Everyone's got a David Jones bag, or in America, Macy's, whatever. Here, what they would do is they would try on a bunch of clothes. They would put those clothes into a bag they had previously bought. And they just walk out with the bag. A lot of the times people don't notice.
That's the thing. It's like I saw, I read this book when I was a kid called Ranger's Apprentice. And the Rangers were meant to be these stealthy dudes. And the whole idea was to play on like teenage angst, where it's like the main character wasn't a big, strong, good-looking guy. He was like quiet, nerdy or whatever. Yep. And so they were like the sneaker dudes who got like sick bows and shit and used knives instead of swords. And the dude said this quote, which was like, people see what they want to see, or people see what they believe they're going to see.
Yep.
And it's so true, because it's like, if this guy's just sitting on his job and he just sees a dude in a suit with a fucking Prouds bag or whatever, he's not thinking you just brought a Prouds bag with you and fucking stole something.
Yeah.
He's thinking, oh, he bought that. And he doesn't even question it in his mind.
They see what they see.
Exactly.
See it and they believe it. It's like, who was that guy that would walk around all over town with a fucking high vis and a ladder? Or a high vis and a clipboard?
Kenny?
Kenny something. And this guy would just walk around with a high vis vest, and he would also have a ladder with him. And together, what he would be able to do is just get into anywhere. He would get into fucking cinemas. He would get into what else did he get into? He got into like a theater, he got into a boat.
The funny thing is,
private boat ride.
funny thing is, he was trying to flex it. He got into a job site, but like that's the one place you would expect you'd get into.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's literally just like you walk up with the whole premise of the video. It's a comedy video, obviously, but he's just like trying to prove a point that if you like act like you're meant to be here, you'll get in.
Yeah.
He just rocks up with the high vis on, ladder over his shoulder, and he's like, "Oh yeah, Davo told me I had to go fix the lights."
Yeah.
And they're all like, "I guess that's what Davo said. Go around the back, mate."
Dude, okay, so you work on a job site, don't you?
Yeah.
If some random person walked up with a high vis, how likely are you to ask him for credentials?
Mate, you have no idea how little anyone gives a fuck about that shit.
Oh yeah?
If you just rocked up with a high vis, not only would people not give a fuck, if they knew you were fucking not meant to be there, they wouldn't give a fuck.
No way.
In fact, they would think more from a perspective, not if he's going to get on the site and graffiti something or break something. They're thinking like, yo, is he one of those independent auditor kind of guys who are trying to rat on us to the fucking contractor?
Oh shit.
Like that's
really?
the thing. It's not, no one gives a fuck.
No one gives a flying fuck.
Nah.
Yeah,
obviously, if you're breaking rules, like, you're walking onto, a job site with the wrong PPE or something like that, like the protective gear you need to have, then you might get called up on it. But even then, like I've walked across fucking job sites without most of the PPE, and half the people don't give a fuck because they're like, no, like, oh, he's got it on most of the time.
Yeah, man.
And it's like, why does that matter? Yeah. If you've got your hard hat on 90% of the time, that doesn't mean if you get hit on the head at 10% of the time, you're not going to die.
Yeah, man, it's true. And you know what? I've been working in corporate jobs for like almost 3 years now. Bro, no one gives a fuck. No one gives a fuck about identity. I've been let in so many times by people I've never met before. Like you could just stand in the lobby for 10 minutes and someone will let you up.
Yeah.
Like that's I reckon someone do that as an experiment. Go to a big firm, go to a fucking Goldman Sachs, stand in the lobby for 10 minutes and you'll be let in. Someone will
say, hey, it's Baz.
There's a couple of quack sounds there, by the way. Yeah, straight up, stand in the lobby and just ask someone, oh yeah, I forgot my tag, can you just let me in? Like they will do it. You even ask them what floor to buzz you up to and to let you in. They'll let you in.
And please understand this with full honesty. If that guy says, can I see some credentials? He's the office dickhead.
Yeah.
No one likes him, not even his own mother.
Yeah, man. And
when she gave birth to him, she's like, can you just shove him somewhere else? Maybe out of the room. Is there a bin nearby?
Yeah.
Where do you dispose of organic matter? The compost? Do you know what I mean?
Straight up. Okay. So you guys might be wondering like how it is in a corporate job, like trying to get in, right? Because there's a lot of
what type?
What type of what?
Like getting in. You talking about sliding in?
No, getting into the door.
Do you like message on Teams? Be like, hey yo girl, what you wearing?
So get this, right? Every single 2 or 3 months we get a suspicious email in our inbox, right? It's like a really fucking overly suspicious email that's like,
oh, is it the fake phishing
yeah,
ones?
it's like they have like fake phishing emails.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Click below if you want to get click below to get your activation ready. It's like, what the fuck does that even mean? And the email address is like so dodgy. It's like xyz at abccorporation.com.
FUQ.com.
So it's obviously a phishing email.
Yeah.
So they're clearly, the company is paying money to check vulnerabilities. I'm sure you could make a lot of, here's a business idea, boys. I'm sure you can make a lot of money trying to pitch fake, like if you can sell the idea of I will get into your company and steal private information. And let me tell you the value here.
Who's who? The Russians?
I'll tell you why. So for example, if you go to a company that does auditing. So for example, any of the big four, like, say PwC, for example, I reckon what you could do is you could pitch to PwC, I'm going to go into your building. You would know this from an engineering side, if you know much about computers, but I've seen on iRobot or Mr. Robot, they have these USBs, and as soon as you plug into the computer, it downloads a Trojan onto the computer, and then you can view all the files. Is that a real thing?
You probably could load it up to it being plugged in, but yeah, usually you have to make a file start. It's not just the second you plug the USB in, it starts fucking.
You can't have a USB that automatically triggers a download.
I mean, you could, but then like, what happens when you're coding this?
What do you mean?
You code the file, you put it on your USB. Your USB is already in your computer. Doesn't it automatically start doing this?
No, so if you put it in someone else's computer.
Yeah, but like it doesn't know the difference between your computer and another
Yeah,
computer.
so every single computer you plug it into, what it does is it downloads all the files and then it automatically uploads it. If there's an internet connection, which there is in an office, it'll automatically upload it to your server.
No, but what I mean is like, if you have the USB plugged in order to upload the file, and you don't have to run the file, it just needs to be plugged in to run it.
Yep.
Why doesn't it immediately run it the second you put it on the USB? On your computer is what I'm saying. So you've coded this fucking Trojan.
Yeah, it does that. So your computer has the Trojan that you installed.
And now your fucking server has Trojan.
That's fine. That's fine. But this is the business
Tell
idea.
us the premise.
This is the business idea.
Yeah.
So what you do is you go out to PwC. It's a big auditing firm. If you guys don't know what auditing means, essentially every single company needs to hire a third party to make sure they're not cooking the books, to make sure that the profit's coming in, and to check every single invoice to make sure that all the profit works out to be correct.
To dumb it down for you guys like they did in The Big Short, imagine the kid at the front of the class who says, miss, you haven't given out homework today. That's the auditors.
That's them.
They're just the party poopers.
Make sure the job is getting done right.
Like, oh, don't commit tax fraud.
What that also means is that for public investors, so if you're buying a stock, you might want to look at the financial statements. You might want to do all that information. All of that is double checked by the auditors months before they're publicly released. So these auditors are working on information that's highly, highly sensitive. If that gets out there, it's really fucking dodgy.
Is it more sensitive than the clip?
Maybe not. Okay, so this is the value.
For no reason.
You go out to PwC and say, hey, there's a fucking gaping hole in your computer in your security system.
Oi, Waterhouse. Oi, Cooper. I got it in your computers, cunt.
You got a gaping hole in this system, right? I'm about to fuck it. So what you do is you say, let me just show you.
Do you watch Blacked? Because that's what I just left your company.
This is what you do. You go to the lobby at PwC. You talk to a guy. Oh, sorry, I forgot my pass. Can you just let me up? I bet you it'll work within the 3 attempts. You can just go there multiple days until someone says yes. You go upstairs, you wear a high-vis jacket, and then you go up to a floor. You start at the end, and you just say, "Hey, I'm in the security team here." Oh yeah, the internet's a bit slow, isn't it? It's fucking slow everywhere.
I think you don't.
Let me just finish this. Okay. Yeah. So you go to the computer that's closest to you, and then you go, "Hey, we're just here to fix up the monitor issues in the internet speed. Do you mind if I just quickly plug in this USB and download the new drivers to the monitor?" And then they'll be like, yeah, sure. Well, okay, just take 2 minutes.
Why is there drivers to the monitor?
You just say something fucking, why is there drive? Oh, we're just trying to update the systems and make sure the internet works fast. You know?
Why my computer?
No, I'm going to do this for every computer. Not just yours, every computer. And then you plug it into his computer, download the Trojan, go to the next one. But you don't even do it to the computer. Here's the best fucking thing. The monitors in these companies, they've got fucking other USB sticks that you can put in there. And the whole idea of it is that in case your computer doesn't have enough USBs, you can plug it into the monitor. It's kind of like a dock, right? They don't realize that you're not plugging it into the fucking monitor. You're plugging it into the computer. It loads into the computer. It's not a fucking monitor USB stick. So as soon as you plug that USB into the monitor, it loads it onto the computer, downloads the virus. Go to the next guy, do the same thing. Then you go back up to the company and be like, hey, mate, we just got into 150 partners, 117 associates, and we have every single one of their files. Like you have a gaping security issue here, and this could be highly exploited. And then they say,
price goes up to you, and he says, "Oi, Waterhouse, get in here." Right? And they say, this fucking dickhead admitted on CCTV that he just broke into our company and distributed viruses.
You sign an engagement letter first. Like, hey, I'm here to do it. There's a massive security risk. I'm here to help you solve it. If you don't believe it, let me do one on a trial basis. I'll show you what the risk is, and then you can decide if you want to solve the problem.
Right.
Like you obviously sign an engagement letter. You don't do this fucking ad hoc. You don't just walk into the company and do it.
I mean, according to you just walked in a high vis.
No, okay. I forgot
what I would say is you, instead of walking in a high vis, walk in a beanie, a long, like extra large knit sweater, and non-prescriptive contact glasses.
Oh, so you're a tech guy.
Yeah, exactly. You just look like a dude who's like, in the past, you'd think he's a skater boy, but these days he's a fucking tech genius. Essentially how Aaron dresses every day.
I was about to say like Aaron. Yeah, boys, try out that business. I bet you're going to make a lot of money. But for now, thanks for listening to this episode, boys. Thanks for chilling with us. And we'll see you guys next week.
20% off puppy cases. Not slavery.
Not slavery.
Remember that one, kids?
Or drugs.
You have to go to a different podcast for that. I think the Joe Rogan Experience is offering a 30% off. No, don't tell anyone.
Ellen's one is good for slavery.
Yes.
And for being pissed off at your workers.
Being lesbian. Anyway, the fucking Milk Pocket Podcast.
Thanks for chilling with us, guys.
We've had a bit too many G&Ts. Anyway, see ya.
Catch ya.